Another minute? Another 1 minute. Okay. I don't know what to say now. I had all these things to say. Good evening. Good evening. It's all right. We were waiting for you lot to turn up. We held everything back. There's about 100,000 people watching on YouTube, but don't worry. Your coach has just arrived. That's good. I'm joking. I'm joking. Good evening. Welcome. Hey? Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's to pay for my wages, such that they are. How are the seats this year? Are they a bit more comfortable than last year? Who suffers from numb bum? Quite a few of you. See, that's why it's always me personally. I'd use the front seats because I've got long legs. I'd like to stretch them out. But apart from that, yeah. So, failing that, grab a cushion or sit on your coat, or sit on somebody else's lap. That's even softer, then, isn't it? So yes. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready for play. Are you ready for a lovely game again this evening? In that case, it just falls to me to welcome everybody on the WBT YouTube channel. Once again, here to the Just Retirement World Indoor Bowls Championships here at Potter's Leisure Resort in the International Arena. Let's get the players out. First out, all the way from the USA, he is the recently crowned Overseas Qualifier of the Year. He got this award last weekend at the awards show. Please welcome Neil Furman. And facing Neil from England, world ranked at number 13, a former Welsh International Open champion. Please welcome Mark Royal. Now I shall leave the YouTube viewers in the more than capable hands in the commentary box, which Mr. Richard Madison. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Sean. As Sean has already told you,
25 metres.
Mark Royal, currently ranked at number 13 in the world. He's been about on the scene since 2010, and playing against him, of course, is Neil Furman from the USA.
Two red. Very slight gap. Three red.
Well, Mark starting off with 3 good bowls there. Neil opting for a drive. Just going to go wide really, just a tad on the high side.
Second shot. This one. About 18 inches short of track. 3 shots, Mark Rose.
Neil obviously just struggling to find the rink and the pace, but I did notice before when Neil was playing that he normally takes a couple of ends just to get into it. Unfortunately, in a 9-end set, you can't afford to give away too many ends like that.
Track length 26 metres. One red. Two red.
Well, once again, Neil looks a little bit high and long.
3 red.
Well, Neil playing with a little bit of weight here. Not sure his bowl will get back though. Can he catch the side? And as I was going to say, could he catch the side of Mark's bowl? Well, neither player going to give it away, so ask for an umpire. Oh well, Neil was a bit fortunate there. And Neil picked up a single shot.
1 shot, Neil Furman.
I mean, Neil's been on the circuit since 2002, first played over here in the Bupa Care Homes Open.
It's 27.5 metres.
So he's been around, knows his way about on the portable, but he stopped playing from 2006 and restarted again in 2009. Very accomplished player in the USA though. He's got over 7 national titles and over 25 division and state titles. Mark Royal again drawing very well. Mark's been about on the circuit since the year 2000 when he first qualified.
1 red.
Somebody's asked how do you actually qualify for Potters. I'll explain that at the end of this end when we've just got a couple of seconds to spare. Neil's not quite getting them away as smoothly as he has done before. This one's a better line.
1 green.
And the marker's just said he's holding shot at the moment. Mark's got a good line here, but he's just going to drop short. So Neil Furman still holding the shot. drifted a bit far through, but it's still not a bad bowl, just in case Mark plays with a little bit of weight to pull it through. I think Mark's just looking for a draw. He needs to bend sharply, come off the edge. Yeah, well played, well played. Neil's conceded one so far, but I think Mark's looking for another. So whilst they're just doing the measure, Mark, of course, is a member of the top 16, so he doesn't have to qualify. Neil Furman qualified through Professional Bowls Association qualifiers, which are staged all around the globe, and you can go onto the PBA website, which is the Professional Bowls Association.com. Mark got 2 shots there. And as I was saying, we hold qualifiers in the UK as well, and if you join the PBA, you're automatically entitled to play in the qualifiers that are stage April and September, and if you win your qualifier, then you get an entry into the WBT television ranking events. And from there on in, it's down to you. If you're good enough, then you can build up your ranking points. And the top 16 are guaranteed into every televised event. A good opener from Mark. This looks better from Neil. Just needs to run though. And somebody's asked about the bowls. And WBT carry to every event about 120 sets of red and green bowls from the major bowls manufacturers. Most of the top 16 have their own, but some of the qualifiers, especially from overseas, because of weight limits on planes, they will come over and they will use some of the pool bowls for the events. Mark is being very consistent. Excellent draw bowls.
Front two.
Neil opting for just over the draw.
Very close, Mark.
Mark asking who's actually holding shot, and the answer came back. It's a measure. So Mark opting just for a dead draw. Gets a little nibble on the jack, but again, you see that quite a lot, where a player has to make a dead draw and
Measure the shot. Mark has
just
4 timeouts remaining.
I think Mark is using Drake's Pride, and I think Neil Furman is using an ace.
One shot, Mark Royal.
And Mark Royal gets another shot. That takes him 6-1 in the lead.
Score is 6-1.
Neil's still got 4 ends to claw it back. Not an impossible task. Certainly wouldn't want to let it slide any further, though. Still a bit wide and a bit too long from Neil. Thought he might have settled down by now. Mark is also running a bit, still wide open for Neil. He's not running.
2 red.
Mark's lost the plot a little bit on this one. Yes, he's having a little laugh to himself. Neil trying to adjust. Yes, this is much better from Neil. This is more like we would expect. Oh,
One green.
an opportunity for Neil, but again he's missed the opportunity.
One shot, Neil Coverman.
One shot to Neil. So that's 6-2 to Mark Royal at the end of the fifth end. Somebody's made a comment about youth in bowls. Why do they never see them? Well, here at the World Indoor Championships, for the first time this year, World Bowls Tour will be staging the World Professional Under-25s. That's on Saturday the 23rd. We've played qualifiers this year, and the last four are coming here, and they'll play the two semi-finals and finals off, and if not on full television, they'll certainly get it in the highlights, and of course we will be streaming it all on YouTube. Well, Neil. Whoops. Well, neither player really getting to grips with this end. I mean, Neil is holding two, but it's a very loose two. Plenty of room for extra bowls.
Two green.
This looks better from Mark. He can just hold his head. He's just going to glide off. Certainly cut Neil down to one at the most.
Favour red.
Well, the call had just come out that actually the red bowl is favoured.
Time out.
So Mike Davis, the marker, fancies that Mark Royal is actually holding the shot. Neil going for a drive, but that's not going to get anywhere. Oh, he just slid through the gap. So Mark will be looking for a 1 and Neil will be looking for it. So once again, we'll be looking for a measure. I think one of the other things to remember is that the Professional Bowls Association is a totally open association, and within there we do have disabled bowlers, we have wheelchair bowlers, blind bowlers and other disabled bowlers, and because these are all open championships,
One
to mark, because these are all open championships, we don't specifically run a disability bowls. That there's, it's the way out the association is, and we have plenty of disabled bowlers playing in the qualifiers, and some of them are very, very good, believe you me.
6.5 metres.
Well, this is where Neil is now looking to have to start getting multiple shots. Again, Mark really drawing well. Certainly putting Neil under all sorts of pressure here now. Neil looking at a tighter line with a little bit more weight, but he's just not finding it. This really is unlike Neil. Well, this looks better.
One green.
Mark looking to come around, but I think he's just pushed it too wide, has he?
One green.
So,
That ball is jack high. The short one is just over 2 feet. One shot, Neil Furman.
well, one shot to Neil. Once more, that was an opportunity missed to get another bowl in.
Set score is 7-3.
So he's not out of it yet. He's got 2 ends.
Chat length 25 metres.
Well, he's got a good line. His weight's not bad. Just still not quite finding the finish he needs.
One red.
Mark a bit short there. There's an opportunity here for Neil. I think he's just going to miss. He's just looking. Oh, that was unfortunate.
Two.
Mark looking for another draw in. Neil again looking to sweep in. Just needs to chip the ball away if he can, but I think he's tight again.
One shot in the first set, Mark Royal.
So Mark Royal picks up the single he needs. So that's the set finished at 8-3 to Mark Royal. Whilst they're restarting, somebody's asked what is the link, if any, between World Bowls and World Bowls Tour? Well, there's no direct link. World Bowls Tour is its own organisation, which is primarily an indoor organisation.
25 metres.
And was set up by the players back in the 1990s, held its first qualifiers in 1992, and the aim of WBT is to build a series of events aimed at attracting television, which is very easy to say, but very hard to accomplish in today's world, where sports are all vying for sponsors' money. Well, that's better from Neil. In this situation, you have to forget the first set and just concentrate on winning your next set and then the tiebreak.
One.
That was Mike Davies just confirming that it's one shot to mark at the moment. Mark just skimming through there. Neil is trying hard, but again, I don't think he's got the weight. He's just going to die off again. No, this definitely is not the Neil we would expect on the portable. There is something not quite right there. Again, Neil looking for that line in between, but he's missed the line again. Well, at the moment, there's 500 all of you watching.
One shot, Mark Royal.
very good of you all to tune in. WBT started this news stream a year ago with the objective of giving all matches some airtime, because of course the TV companies don't and won't pay for 2 weeks of televised bowls.
Check length 26 meters.
So I hope, as one of the people that try to arrange it, that what we're doing you're enjoying. Mark wasn't happy with his delivery. Yes, he's running through a bit. See, Neil's not happy. If you look at his face, you could see him shaking his head at that one. He knows he's just not making it. And that is so frustrating to a player when they're out there. For those of you that play bowls, you'll all know that feeling, that sometimes it's just not there for you. There you go, good correction from Mark. Again, a good line from Neil, but can he move? No. I said Mark, that should have been Neil. Mark is playing well, not missing many, putting Neil under serious pressure. And at the moment, Neil's just not able to respond. Again, he's just not finding it out there. You can see it in his face, you can see it in his body. He's just not happy. Getting lots of people saying, why
2 shots, Mark Royal.
aren't the bookies involved? Well, quite honestly, it's not up to WBT, but you know, the bookies could send a data scout down if they wished, but they don't. There are some bookies running the odds, and I can only but assume they're using the stream, but apart from that, you know, bookies have been offered the opportunity, but no one's taken us up.
Check length 25 meters.
2 red.
Well, Mark obviously think that Neil's going to have a little run at this. Well, Neil really needs to try and do something about this. Yeah, oh, he's having a good go. He's close, very close. Oh, no, we'll just sort all that out. Well, depends what finished where after that.
1 shot, Neil for a run.
Set score is 3-1.
And out of all of that, Neil's managed to grab a single. I refer back to the under 25s I mentioned earlier, and
Length 28.5 metres.
according to the sheets, the 4 lucky people are Joseph Mower, Jake Wilgress, Tom Smith, and of course Ross Owen. Ross Owen qualified here for the World Singles several years ago. Joseph Mower is new. Jake Wilgress is a player within the PBA that has attempted many qualifiers and a good player. And Tom Smith, I'm not sure about. But those are the 4 players that are coming. And that Saturday the 23rd, 9 o'clock in the morning, would be Joseph Mower against Jake Wilgress. And second match of the afternoon would be Tom Smith against Ross Owen. And they will play their final 7:30 Saturday evening. Very unlucky Neil. And of course we'll be covering all of that on YouTube, so you won't miss any of the action at all. Neil a little bit unlucky with that last bowl. Mark looking to see if he can just come round. Just going to glide off his, yep.
2 red.
gap, please?
The gap is just over half an inch.
And as well as the under 25s, let's not forget you've still got the mixed pairs to come and the ladies match play. Those two latter ones being the reason why you haven't got Janice tonight, because she's having a bit of a rest because she's playing in both of them. She needs a bit of rest time and a bit of practice time. Well, Mark had a little frown to say he wasn't happy with it, but I can tell you if I was bowling, that's not too bad. That covers a certain shot that I think Neil was just looking at.
Yeah, 2.
Mike Davis has just confirmed that it's 2 red.
I'm out to close.
Neil just wanting to settle himself. There's 1,000 people here in the audience this evening, which is really, really good. But of course it is Potter's Resort, and they've helped us stage. Just wait for this. Yeah, tired, missed. Yeah. And they do help us to stage a tremendous world championship here. And Mark running up just to save his shot clock, just to see if he can pop another one in the bag. But of course, alongside Potter's Resort, we have to thank Just Retirement, who have agreed to sponsor the World Championships. Well done.
3 shots, Mark Royal.
Set score is 6-1.
So Mark Royal picks up another 3. That makes it 6-1. Just like I was saying, Just Retirement have agreed to sponsor the World Indoor Championships until 2018, and Potter's Resort have agreed to host it. And of course, just recently we signed a contract with BBC Network, who have also agreed to be showing it until 2018 as well. And the TV schedule for next week is excellent. They're giving us over 30 hours of television time, which is major for our sport. Well, Neil, if you're going to do anything, it needs to be now. You know, you're finding your line. Just get your weight together. Another good ball from Mark. And of course, talking about contracts, we've recently signed with the Cooperative Funeral Care again, and they'll be looking after the International Open, which is our next event in March. And that's another WBT ranking event. Mark will be looking not to allow Neil to get any fancy shots away. Well, once again, Neil's just not finding his line. Mark's being careful, trying to think where to put the ball, like I said, just to stop a count coming off from an unseen area. Neil again looking for it, but he's just...
Two shots, Mark Blue.
He really isn't able to find it tonight, which is a great shame for Neil. He's a great person, he's a great sport, and it's, you know, it's hard to see a player who has one of those times when it's just not there. So somebody's just asked how hard it is to find sponsorship. Well, it's very hard to get sponsors interested in our sport. It's probably one of the most difficult things we face, especially if we want to continue as we're doing, which is to stage our sport on primetime television. The costs of doing that, as anybody in sport will tell you, is very, very high indeed. But we keep trying. Again, that's the reason why we started the YouTube in high definition, with commentary, with the full set and everything else, so that the earlier rounds can be shown and you can see them. Otherwise you wouldn't see a lot of these players. Neil has got an uphill battle now. He's got 3 ends left and he has to win this set. A draw is no good to him at all.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've known Neil Furman for a long time, over a number of years, and I can assure the viewers that normally the last bowl that you saw would be his standard play. Mark would be happy with that because it's cutting down at any big count at the moment. Yeah, Neil needed his last ball to fall in. Mark's come in and just popped it out of the way, so it's still only a single to Neil at the moment. Not sure if Neil can magic anything up here. He's obviously trying to adjust his weight for a perfect draw, but once again he's just going to slide round the outside.
One shot,
Yeah.
Neil Furlong.
One shot to Neil.
Set score is 8-2. Length 26.5 meters.
Well, that's a better opener from Neil. But it's a massive battle for him now. To stand any real chance, he really needs a count of 4, and Mark's just shut that down. So Neil will have to chase now. He's just not finding his line. I mean, the weight was right for that particular play he was after. Yeah, Mark is now making it exceptionally difficult.
Timeout called. Neil has 2 timeouts remaining.
Close. Oh,
2 shots, second set, and a match to Mark Royal.
that's it. Mark Royal takes the match. And just want to say thank you to all the viewers and look forward to you joining us tomorrow. So good night all. Thank you.
Well,